we'll go right to number 11, which is receive the annual report from the Community Preparedness Committee.
Honorable Mayor, Council members, it's as a staff liaison for the Community Preparedness Committee, it's certainly my honor here to introduce them tonight. Before I do that, I just want to thank each and every one of them for their assistance and leadership they've shown and the assistance they've given me in emergency preparedness, and I certainly look forward to helping them on their goals for this upcoming year that you're about to see. I want to introduce our members. George Preparedness as our chair, Dina Gunning, our vice chair, Ron Lepetis, who's going to do the presentation tonight, Mon Mungia, and Matt Lathine. Welcome. Ron.
Beautiful. Okay, Mr. Mayor, council members, and all of our city staff with whom this city would not be as successful as it is, and it truly is one of the best cities in the peninsula. Absolutely true. I wanted to present our community preparedness report this year. So the mission statement of the Preparedness Committee is that we promote emergency preparedness, planning, and education to prepare our residents to mitigate the potential consequences of natural and human-made disasters. We've definitely seen a human-made disaster in the city, and living on the earthquake faults, a natural disaster is really only a question of when and not if. The members in 2015 were George Paponis, who was our chair, Mond Magoyev, our vice chair, Dina Gunning, Ron Lepetis, of course, myself, and Matt Lathine is new to us in 2016, and we look for good things from him. Our City Council liaison last year was our esteemed Mayor Jim Ruane, and this year for 2016 we have Ms. Irene O'Connell as our liaison to the city. Our city liaisons, first of all, you met, of course, Dave Cresta, who is our fire battalion chief for the city, and you met him. As well, David Downing is our deputy fire chief, and sitting with us on Tuesday nights at our meetings is Troy Frey, a police lieutenant in our police department. Our other members are Brian Mulver from the County of San Mateo, who sits in Redwood City as the Office of Emergency Services Coordinator, and Walter Long, or Walt Long, who is who runs the radio club here, the Amateur Radio Club, which is very active. So what did we do in 2015? Well, we did a whole heck of a lot, and I'm really proud to be able to relate that to you. The city staff was trained on the new SMC alert system, which is based on Everbridge software. It's a much more robust system than the older system, and we do encourage all of our residents of San Bruno to sign up for the SMC alert system. We now have a new website for the community emergency response teams, which is being run by Samaritan. We are continuing to promote continuity in the city and to our community through being in the Posey Parade, the annual Posey Parade. We had the fire engine there last year. San Mateo County Preparedness Day, which happens every year. And we participated as well in a event that was sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce, as well as an event that was sponsored by Walmart, one of the larger employers in the city of San Bruno. So here's a picture of two of our folks sitting at the 11th Annual Disaster Preparedness Day. For anybody in the audience who does not know this Disaster Preparedness Day is the opening day of the San Mateo County Fair. And what's really cool is, besides learning how to protect yourself and save your family from disasters, you also get free admission to the first day of the fair. It's a bonus all the way around. There's no way you can say no to attending Preparedness Day every year. The CERT training continues. Community Emergency Response Teams training is continuing. And rather than reading these to you, the presentation will be available. So I'll skip this and just go right into some photos, because those are much more exciting than reading a whole bunch of words. These are our Community Emergency Response Team trainings. We do live fire exercises, what we call live fire exercises, where we actually do things as they would be done in an emergency situation, such as preparing to get people out of buildings, put out fires, and stabilize buildings, etc. So CERT training is very, very interesting and a fun thing to do, and also it's good for the soul as well. CERT participated in the Silver Dragon drill, and I'll get more into that in just a moment. We also are working on collaboration with the Neighborhood Watch Groups, which is run by the Crime Prevention Committee, and we're using those teams to expand our CERT. We have continued emergency prep messages in both English and Spanish on our cable TV station. We are collaborating with the San Bruno Park District, the school district, and we have gotten a lot of literature from our federal government, from FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, which we have distributed to our community members. Let me pause for just a moment and see if there's any questions before I get into Silver Dragon. May I recognize that question?
I think there's someone from the
You
audience.
answered two of the three I had. Are you going to have continuing?
Excuse me for just a moment, please. Do we need this gentleman to speak
Yes.
in the microphone?
Yes, please.
Sir?
Hi, pardon me, Malcolm Robinson. I had CERT training this year. Are you going to have continuous training for continuous education for certain members?
Thank you for the question, and at this time, that is something we absolutely want to do. Right now, our resources are stretched trying to get members through the initial training, and we do not yet have the luxury of continuous education. Certainly, FEMA would like us to be doing continuous education, and that is a stretch goal for us in the future. Okay, so the Shelter Creek emergency response team. Shelter Creek is one of our larger apartment communities within San Bruno here. And they and the fire department participated in the San Mateo County Health Department annual exercise, which was in April of this year. They distributed 1,000 bags to Shelter Creek residents. And those bags that went on doorknobs were actually a simulation of doing welfare checks and the possibility of delivering medications if there was a pandemic declared within San Mateo County. That was Silver Dragon 4. That was last year. There will be a Silver Dragon this year as well, along with a Golden Dragon. And here's a photo of the preparation for Silver Dragon and part of the Shelter Creek team that participated in Silver Dragon. SMC Alert. This is the system that is used to send voice messages, SMS, or text messages, and such to people that are within the county and within the city of San Bruno. This is used for emergency notifications such as shelter in place, evacuations, or other important information such as, DUI checkpoints, for example, so you know where they are. Seriously, it has been used for that in the past. Currently, there are about 1,000 San Bruno resident subscribers, but there are around 2,000 subscribers in the county of San Mateo that do subscribe to San Bruno alerts, even though they do not live in San Bruno. And that could very well be because they work in San Bruno. In terms of the radio volunteers, we have moved the meetings back to the San Bruno Emergency Operations Center, which is in City Hall. They were, for a while, they were at the PG&E Center that was down on San Mateo Avenue, but they've moved back. We're seeing increased member attendance in the meetings and more interest, and we are doing a lot of collaboration with the Millbrae Club, specifically because Millbrae is our southern border, and if things could go south, they're going to be going south to Millbrae. You'll forgive the euphemism there. And we have developed new club bylaws. And here's just a few of our radio volunteers, the ones that wanted to be photographed. I'm a ham. You'll notice I'm in all the pictures. And with that, our 2016 goals. We want to start our outreach to the nonprofit schools that are in the city. We're continuing to expand the CERT website and to keep our members engaged, which kind of goes back to the future training. While we can't do future training live fire, we can put future training on the website, and we can direct people to that website. Well, we want to continue to collaborate with Neighborhood Watch, the crime prevention folks, to expand CERT. We're working on a series of Did You Know?, which is a series on San Bruno emergency preparedness. So did you know we're doing this? And did you know that we're doing that? And did you know you can get into the San Mateo County Fair free on the first day by going to Prep Day? Yes, I'm pushing that, I admit it. And then doing more online sign up for the CERT courses as opposed to having to pick up the phone, because probably 3/4 of the folks that are working down at Walmart and YouTube who are millennials don't actually know how to use a phone. So by making online signups, make it much easier. And then, of course, we're signing people up for the new generation of SMC Alert, and we're working on a Get Ready campaign, which is coming from outside organizations. And that's what I've got, so I'm open for questions.
Good. Any questions?
I have
Irene?
one. What is the lower age limit for CERT training? How young can you be?
Dave, do you have the answer to that?
Yeah, There's actually a curriculum for adolescents that we're evaluating, but we're pretty flexible as long as, you know, they can sit and commit to the time. We've taken kids in their adolescence in their early teens.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And then if I can just add another on the follow-up training the gentleman had, all our CERT members that go through our CERT program are always invited to come back to another class to repeat, to get classes that they may have missed. And Silver Dragon, we put out through our website, invitation to all people that have been trained in our CERT. If they would like to participate in the Silver Dragon exercise, they're more than welcome to come participate at Shelter Creek in April. So that's a training opportunity that we put out for all our CERT members.
And,
Thank you,
and could you tell people how long the training takes and like when is it and?
It's 6 different evenings. Usually what we do CERT is CERT at night. It's one night a week for 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours, and then there's a cumulative day, a skills day, usually on a Saturday. We're working to putting together a class for May. The reason we don't have an official date yet is that our interest has exceeded our capacity at the moment. So right now we're evaluating to see if we can have it in find a bigger location where we can accommodate. Right now we have an interest of 50, and our classroom now houses about 18 to 20. But we try not to preclude anyone if they can't make the entire commitment. You can certainly take a handful of the classes now and then, you know, pick up the classes at another time. You can piecemeal them through the different, our two classes a year.
Okay, great, thank you.
Any
Through
other
the chair.
questions?
What is the quickest way to sign up for SMC Alert?
The quickest way is to, you saw the link there, but simply, we ask all residents to you can just Google SMC Alert. It's very easy to sign up for. You put in your information, you put in your address. You can put up to, I believe, 5 different addresses to get notifications throughout the county. It could be your residence, it could be where you work, it could be where your mother works, your family works or lives, and it's the best way to receive notifications as far as road closures, a disaster, location of facilities and resources. So it's something that the new format is much more user-friendly for us. It's much more user-friendly for us to both put out messages and communicate with the public. So we encourage everyone to do that.
Thank you.
Takes about 2
Anything else?
minutes.
All right, thank you very much. As I always say when we have these reports, and these boards, commissions, and committees are the lifeblood of this city. It's all volunteer, lots of hours put in by lots of really dedicated people, so we really thank you for your efforts, and especially community preparedness. We are very sensitive to that in San Bruno, as you all know. We see how it works and have seen how it worked. So once again, thank you very, very much to all of the members of the Emergency Preparedness Group. Thank you very much.
Well, we thank you, and we thank city staff for your support. And as a final, the old address for SMC Alert used to be smcalert.gov, smcalert.gov. We have switched to a new system. I honestly do not know if we changed the URL, but you can always start at smcalert.gov to sign up. And I recommend heartily that everybody do that, along with visiting the Prep Day.
Great. Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much.